You can
I don't have a phone.
Who would you guys go to? Who would you guys let know if we're all out on a camping trip? Me, if I'm there.
I would notify the scout troop leader or our parents.
The first adult you find. How about that? If you're out hiking in the woods, if you guys are sitting at the camp and this accident happens and you see all that blood because he cut himself on the arm, you say, Mr. Ken, we have an emergency. Connor cut his arm. Or you say, hey, Robbie, Connor cut his arm and we need help right now. And somebody get a first aid kit. You guys see these emergencies happen and you got to act quickly, right? All right. So that's bleeding, and that's the shock position. You guys did a good job. You can get up out of it. Who wants to practice bandaging?
Me.
You did not just do any bandaging. You just did. Alexander, you get to do it now too. Who wants
I want to be the victim.
You be the victim. Connor, you want to practice too?
Can I be the victim next time?
Yeah, we'll see.
Because I have another question
choose what
which we
happened
need
to
to
me?
do.
Do I get to choose what happened to me?
Give me an idea.
What if someone bites a tree?
You fell out of a tree.
Like the Fort Miami, I jumped off the top. I just felt
So,
like jumping off.
if you fell off of a tree, where are you going to be if you fell out of a tree? At the bottom. Are you sitting?
Maybe with a stick through my heart. I don't know.
No, probably no sticks through your heart. So he fell out of a tree, guys. Go ahead and...
Should I get on the ground?
Yeah. If you fell off of a tree. We'll say you fell on your back to keep it easy.
I'm
Okay.
dead.
Well, you're not dead. He fell off a tree. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna move him all over the place? Are we gonna move Jackson all over the place if he fell out of the tree?
No, because he will be in a series of pain, and he will probably get shocked and be really
Yes.
injured.
Then he could be really injured. Connor, what was the first thing I just said? We're not gonna move Jackson all over the place because he just fell out of a tree. So if you fell out of a tree, he's still awake, he's still breathing, but he hurt his back. Let's say he hurt his back. We don't want to move him. You know why? Why wouldn't we want to move Jackson?
Because his heart would use more blood.
You know why we do that?
He might get shocked.
Maybe.
Because if he hurt his back really hard, his spine might be injured, and if we move him, his spine might move all over the place and get into some vital organs.
Yeah. Well, you started off on the right track. You don't want to move him because he could have hurt his spine. And your spine, if you hurt it too bad, you can be paralyzed. And that means not walk anymore or not move your arms anymore. Okay?
I would hate that.
So we're going to keep him safe right here. Who wants to? You can talk to him and say, "Hey, Jackson, don't move." Okay? We've let an adult know already. Just stay there. Your leg's bleeding really bad, so we're going to help your leg. Who wants to hold direct pressure? He's bleeding on his leg. What are you guys going to use for direct pressure? Grab some gauze. Let's say it's pretty profuse. There's another piece too behind it. You can open up a couple. If you guys have a lot of bleeding, if you see a lot of bleeding, you can open up a bunch of gauze. One piece usually is not going to be enough. If you got a big cut, rip it right down the middle. You guys want to see the best way to open up a package of gauze?
I don't think I can.
Hey, look at this, Ethan and Jackson.
Hey guys, Ethan, Jackson.
You guys want to see the best way to open up a package of gauze?
Yeah. Even though I'm like really badly hurt.
Because you're not going to rip the gauze when you do that.
Nope.
I have a lot of injuries.
Let's say use all of it. Use all of it. Let's say he cut this leg. We're going to make room, right? So we're going to move the table. Let's say it's cut right here.
Ow, that hurts.
Yep.
You're touching my cut.
And you just let him know. Say, hey, Jackson, this ain't going to feel
Can it
good.
be right here where I actually have a cut?
No, just keep your leg down. Let Connor practice. You got to hold it kind of tight right over the cut. All right, you're doing a good job. Let's say the bleeding is stopped now. Alexander's got some wrapping.
Do we need CPR?
Only if your heart stops. No, he does not need CPR. If you do CPR on somebody that's not needing it, you can hurt them.
Ooh, that's
You can crunch their ribs, and you kind of want it to be tight. So don't be afraid to make it kind of not super tight. You don't want to hurt him more than he already is. All right. So that's how you do that. Now, normally you would have. I wasn't able to grab any tape. I'm sorry. I didn't grab any tape.
Saving me. I hear like one now. Oh my
Well, luckily they called
I do
the.
not like the shock.
I'm just gonna put my hand over my head.
Now for a leg injury, are you going to want to be moving his legs all over the place?
No.
So how are you going to help him with shock position? You're just going to get like a pillow or something ready?
Oh yeah.
Probably a better idea then.
Oh no, he has a knife.
Sorry, bad news about your leg.
We have to cut it off.
It's coming off.
His
No,
leg
what
is
never
down.
Put me back in the
I
tree.
carried my pocket knife down all day once.
Show me how you would secure that.
His leg is down. Secure this. I would like
Secure that. Go ahead and just use the rest of that.
You'd be the one that's Arnold Schwarzenegger after that.
You're gonna be.
I don't like this.
You know what? We'll go ahead and do it. We'll start calling you Stumpy.
Is that all?
I don't want to put me back in the tree. I want
That's
to
good.
fall out again.
That's good. You don't want to wrap it too tight. That's good.
He's wrapping it
That's-
really
That's
tight.
good with the tape.
I thought they go hard.
I mummified him.
My leg
Yes.
hurts.
That's fine.
Are you
All right.
pressuring my leg?
So we would help him as long as his arms aren't hurt. If he's comfortable, you can say, "Hey, are your arms hurt? You got me?"
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna touch your arms either because you might have broken your arm. But if you want to put your legs down and that's more comfortable, you can do that. We'd take a pillow and we'd put a blanket and we'd wait for some sort of paramedic or EMT or first responder to show up. Right? Perfect.
But what about a spine? How can we not?
If you want to help, you don't have to do this, but what you can do is one thing that we're going to do, one thing that I'm going to do when I show up as an EMT or a paramedic, I'm going to say, does your neck or your back hurt?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
about my neck.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold him. I'm going to hold his head still. And I'm going to say, don't move your head, okay? Now, if you're really hurt, you're not going to. Well, since we're here, I would expect you to be like, ah! But in real life, if you were really, really hurt, it would hurt so bad that when this paramedic comes up and says, don't move your head, hold your head still. That's what would happen. So you guys can, it's called holding C-spine. But that's
Oh, so it holds your bones in place.
holds your neck in place. And you say, don't move around. And we don't move his body around. You can have an adult do this if they need to. Hold their head still and say, hey, just hold still, and the paramedics will be here soon.
Don't think I can do anything, but I can't move my neck.
Hey, Jackson, you're going to be mummified for the rest of the
So then what I would do when I got here, I would come in and as the paramedic, I would come and feel on your neck and your back. I'd feel your arms and your legs and your belly. Alright. I'll unwrap this here. I brought some other stuff too that you guys wouldn't use until you become paramedics. Well,
I don't know how to let this. Exactly, I can't outrun myself still.
alright, somebody want to unwrap that? Roll that's called Curlex wrap.
Roll it up as you go.
Yeah, try to roll it back up so we can reuse it. What else do we want to...
Hey, wait, Connor.
I brought some other stuff that we use on the ambulance too.
I want to be the.
Oh, I know.
I want to be the best subject. All I need is a few hammers, a really tall tree, a few crowbars. Beat me up, so I can be the subject.
We could probably open it.
Then we can.
Yeah, you're not even doing it right.
Okay, guys.
No, not the needle.
Connor, stop. Connor, stop.
Myself.
I'm telling you, stop.
I can't do this.
Ivy.
No, let's see here.
Would you guys do me a favor and pick up this trash from the packages we opened? Here, right here, bud.
What's this?
I'll show you.
We're like some fancy medical bandage.
It's a bandage.
This is the exact thing you don't want to do.
You guys ever made a sling? What would you make a sling for?
It's like the one thing. If you.
That's right.
Yeah,
If you roll it up as
If
you
you have
go.
a fractured bone or a bone that's moved, you keep it like in your arm or your leg. You use it.
Not really, not for a sling.
I'm gonna get back in there and after a slice.
Alright, listen up everybody. This is something else that you guys missed. That's called a triangle bandage. I still have not figured out why they call this a triangle bandage.
Because it's a triangle.
Of course. You guys know what a sling is? Ethan was telling me about slings. What is a sling? Not slingshot. Specifically, not you this time because you answered this. What is a sling used for? It's only used for one body part.
Arm.
Arm.
I've seen tons of people
on their arms. Why would you need to put a sling on someone's arm?
Because you broke your arm and you want to keep your arm like this and it's tiring to do this all day.
Yep. So, if you guys are lucky enough to have a triangle bandage, you can take it, you can take the corner, and just do like a basic overhand knot on the end to make a corner. Oh, Alexander, I'm sorry you've injured your arm. Hold it across your body like it's really hurt. Hold your wrist. Ooh.
My papa used to have a glue sling, and I was pretending to have like a, like I was using a sling, and I used a red marker and colored my arm and colored the sling.
I'll listen to stories after we're done. I promise. I promised you earlier. I promise you again now.
It has something to do with
You can relax your elbow.
It has something to do with the shock.
Well, I can tell you guys stories later if you guys really want to hear stories.
I want to hear
I don't
stories.
want to scare you.
I want to hear stories, but I get scared.
Yeah,
You guys all know how to tie your shoes, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't
Maybe.
Maybe.
We're not freezing right now.
So here's what you guys would do. Ready? Come over here.
I did it.
Whenever, so you put this side under his arm and around his neck up here. This side over his arm and bring it around the back
You
like
don't want
this.
to get his neck too tight.
You don't
You're
want
going
to
to kill him.
That's right. You don't ever want to put anything too tight around anybody's neck. You're just going to make a regular, like you're lacing up your shoes. Just to right there. That's not too tight, is it? You have your arm relaxed? Okay.
It's really bad when you get
That feels good.
And then you just do that same thing again. Right there. Now Alexander's arm is in a sling. Just let it relax and hang there. You would also be doing that with a splint. You described the splint earlier. A splint is something that keeps a broken
It's in Harry
bone.
Potter.
I don't know if that makes
Ron
sense.
gets a splint.
He does get it. So a splint is, I'll explain to you. A splint is anything that keeps a bone, a long bone, in place if you think it's broken.
this one. Like this one.
A wire splint. You guys have wire splints.
What's a wire splint? You get a wire and then you get a splint from it.
Hey, we might as well look and see what the heck you guys are going to be doing for your first aid kit. Let's check out the wire splint.
I really don't want to get a wire splint.
The wire splint would go really well with this Curlex wrap.
Can I be the person who gets hurt?
You want to get
I'm still hurt.
I
All right,
want
boys. Hey, let's pay attention. We're all learning this one together.
Oh no.
I think he's trying.
That's
I
like
know.
the fifth time.
I'm not very good
Check
at
that out.
sticking it in
You
place.
guys see how that was folded up in there?
Is that metal? You're strong.
It's not that. You feel it. Just pull on it.
Ah!
So it looks
I broke
like
my fingers.
it looks like what we can do with this is just bend all the kinks out. So you bend all these out and make it as straight as you could.
My question is,
Hold on.
if you need to hurry,
Yeah. I'm sorry. If you need to hurry.
why? Or are you going to do that? That takes like 5 hours.
A splint is not necessarily something that you would always go hurrying for. And you can slip that off if you want.
I get it.
Well, we can use this along with that.
Oh.
So who's not been the victim yet?
I haven't.
Alright, so the way you can use a wire splint, even let's say you hurt your forearm or your elbow. Let's say you hurt this right here, right in the front. What you guys would do is you come to their good arm, okay? Can I get somebody to help me? Alexander, why don't you set that sling off? We'll use it again. Alright, why don't you hold his arm? Hold his,
Give me your arm.
but not like that. Keep it close to his body. Because he's injured it. You're going to keep it still. You're trying to make sure he doesn't re-injure it. Alright, so then boys, what you would do, let's see your good arm real quick. Hold your good arm out just like that. You're going to measure on his good arm. Sorry. And you're going to just fold it to that one. Okay? So you'll take that. You can put your good arm down now. You can actually hold your bad arm if you want to. Okay? So you'll make this. And I'll need somebody to get that bandage wrapped. Well, you're holding his arm.
But I'm
Don't let go of his arm. It's broken.
holding his arm like that. If your arm was broken and somebody came up and was doing that, you'd be crying. It hurt so bad.
I don't cry.
Oh, you'd cry.
Except for when I fell and busted my throat.
Yeah. So you're telling me that you only cry when you get hurt. Which, same here. All right. So then you take this one, but you don't want to. It doesn't feel good. You put that right there. You can kind of hold his arm again.
Okay.
You kind of
I'll make sure you
want to bend it to hold his arm in here a little bit too. Okay.
So you bend his arm like this.
You don't bend his arm.
Yeah.
You kind of hold him right here, and this is made out of wire, so this isn't going to feel good on his hand. Okay. So if you guys have something else that you can put on here, like a piece of cloth or a rag or something, you can do that. We don't necessarily have any of that right now. We could have used the gauze, but I think we.
Okay. This actually feels good on my hand.
So you can hold that right there.
Okay.
You can bring that. You can just keep that right there. Who's not wrapped anything yet?
Me.
I haven't wrapped anything.
Well, why don't you boys work together? Connor and Jackson work together.
Wait, I have.
Okay, Connor.
I wrapped for him.
So what you're going to do is you're going to start up here. Start up here. You're going to hold it. Now here, hold on. What you guys want to do when you're wrapping something, you don't want to start off with a whole bunch. You want to start off with just a little, right? So it makes it easier to control. And you're going to roll it over the top like that.
Alex, can we switch jobs?
Hey guys, look, if you try to roll it like this, it's harder to do. If you roll it like that, it just comes right out. So you're going to start off with a short amount right there and put it where you want it. Hold his hand still. Keep that there.
Alright, twisty.
And make it tighter.
So
make it a little bit tighter, not super tight, but tight enough so that
So basically you're trying to keep the metal on his arm so it gets really cold.
So it stays still. Because you don't want, because if he fell, we'll use your example. Let's say he fell out of a tree and when he landed and went like that and broke his arm. We'll say he broke his arm and he needs to keep it still.
But if you landed like that, wouldn't your hand just break off right here?
No, it wouldn't. Well, or your wrist.
That'd be more dramatic.
So if you fell and landed like that, you could hurt. If you fell and landed on your arm like this, you could hurt your wrist.
It can hurt
your
all
forearm.
the way up to here.
It hurts anything in your shoulder. So that's why this is important. That's why I'm showing you guys.
Today I fell on my leg right here and it hurts down.
Do we have any more of that tape over there?
It's right behind Alexander, actually. It's actually behind Alexander there.
Yeah, we got
I'm going to take that.
And we have blue tape right here.
That's not blue tape.
What if I stop breathing?
Well, then we've got a bigger emergency than having your arm.
Like that?
If you stop breathing, somebody needs to breathe for you. That's
Put it
not
down.
going to do that.
Or like I meant like you're trouble breathing.
If you stop breathing, I'll help you.
Hey, I need that tape. I need a slice of tape right over here where he ended this.
Where's the
Can I
knife?
put on the
It's in my
medical
pocket.
mask?
No, just hold on. Hey, we'll get through all of it. I promise. I promise.
I'll leave you next victim.
All right.
Weren't you the victim before?
Johnny,
Once you get
Just let
Alexander
me
a
know
turn
whenever.
to have the victim.
I'll give you
victim,
10 more minutes
right?
because I'll leave me with 10 minutes
Oh
to
yeah, you were
finish
a
up.
victim from the
Yeah, the slime.
You had the sleeve.
Ah.
My next thing I get hurt is I fall off the moon.